Hi, everyone. This is Regina West coming at you. Welcome to my channel. I hope that you find my videos inspirational, encouraging, motivating, something positive you're able to take from this. And by the way, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you're here. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So today, let's talk about keeping it real. And that's exactly what I plan to do. Keeping it real. If you have comments, please share. All I ask is that you are respectful. Respectful of my channel and respectful of each other. This channel is all about love. Okay? Helping each other climb to greater heights. Sometimes people feel stuck. And the people that surround them are not necessarily in the mindset to offer anything positive. So, that is the purpose of this channel, is to help those individuals that feel like they're stuck. So what I want to say to men and to women, especially women, the question is, why are you desperate? Why are you so desperate to inherit another woman's diaper rash? Why? What is your worth? Stop for a moment and ask yourself, what is your worth? Get your business in order. There are a lot of things that you need to focus on instead of chasing behind a man or a woman. You see, when you see something that looks good to you and it is already attached, perhaps with 2, 3, 4, 5 kids with that person, and you take that person, you think you've done something, you are able to pull that person away from that which he refers to as his crib with his woman, not his wife. In most cases, it's a girlfriend. Well, all you did is inherit someone else's diaper rash. Anytime a man or woman leaves a relationship to be with you or someone else, they didn't belong to that person from the start with. Number one, you have no papers on that person. That person can get up and walk at any time. Sure, he or she could do the exact same thing if you're married to them. But that piece of paper says something. And you're also setting an example for your children. I look at it like this. If I had one kid, I was involved in a relationship and we didn't marry, we just lived together. Perhaps we lived together for 2 or 3 years. Okay? And we're struggling because he's not pulling in his end. So you're pretty much struggling by yourself, but you just don't want to acknowledge that. If you're struggling together, that's one thing. You're both putting in the work. That's one thing. But if you're doing it by yourself, why do you need him? You don't. So I'm saying that to say, why would I turn around and have a second child, a third or fourth child by the same man who's not willing to marry me? And then someone like Betsy or Karen comes along and steals him from you. Number one, technically, they didn't steal him from you because he never was yours. The only reason he was with you Or in this case, since I'm using myself as an example, the only reason he's with me is because he's comfortable. He knows that he can come home to a clean house. In my case, a clean house. Kids fed, groomed. And I'm going to cater to my man. Yet, I'm not holding my man accountable. So, when the right female does come forward, and it looks so much more appealing, she has so much to offer. She's driving a nice Benz, Beamer, what have you. It could be a vet. She has no kids. She's well off. Meaning that the only person she has to worry about is herself. And I caught her eye, or he caught her eye. Yeah, he's going to her because he's looking for another sugar mama. And if she falls for it, she's going to be in the same position he left me for. Chances are she'll end up with a kid. And the saga continues. It continues. So you can't change another person. The only person you can change is yourself. So I'm saying that to say, if I'm already struggling with 1 or 2 kids, why would I place myself in a position to have more kids, which means that someone is lacking? You only have there are only 24 hours in a day. You have to work. You can only give so much of yourself until you've given out. A man will tell you anything. He will sweet talk you. Trust and believe. He will sweet talk you into believing that you're the best thing since sliced bread. You're the cherry with whipped cream on top. You're everything. Because he knows that's what you need to hear. See, I'm going to refer to him a weak man. And that's what I refer to as a weak man who take advantage of females for selfish gain. He's weak. But when he stumbles across that right female that has her own together and looking for no losers, in order to step to her, trust and believe, he has to get his act together. That means securing a good job with benefits. Dress. He can't be riding a bus. He needs transportation. And it can't be living at home with mama and daddy. Okay? Have his own crib. That's the phrase that we used to use back in the day. Crib, apartment, whatever you want to, however you want to dress it up. He knows he has to get his act together. But most men and a few women can do it. Within a few minutes, they're able to size a man up. Just like a man can size a woman up. If that woman is insecure about herself, very low self-esteem, he knows that. He recognizes that. And he's going to use it to his advantage. The sad thing is, children get caught up in it. Ladies, you need to figure out your worth. I know my worth. And I refuse to settle for just anything. That's not going to happen. I would allow no sucker, and I stole that from Aunt Esther on Sanford and Son, okay, to rob me of my peace, joy. I won't do it. Just to say that I have a man? No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't chase after any man. Allow a man to chase after you. So, let me say this. Surrendering to nonsense is not in my DNA, and it shouldn't be in yours. I have to ask the question, why are you thirsty for stale bread? Why are you thirsty for stale bread, a flat soda, or spoiled milk? Only you know the answer to that. Ladies, you have to dress the part. When you step outside and everything is revealed, you're basically placing what your assets on display. Save that for the man that will make you not his woman, but his wife. In my generation, the saying was, leave something for the imagination. I am nearing 70 years old, so I have nothing to lose here. But I have everything to share. Wisdom says a lot. Ladies, when you get your house in order, everything else will fall together. Everything else will fall together. You want to set a great example for your children. You yourself may have grown up in a broken home. I myself grew up in a nuclear home. Okay? Do better. Don't chase a man. Don't do it. Just like you stole, or you believe that you stole that man from another woman. Well, sweetie, what do you think is going to happen to you? What goes around comes around. If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to anybody else. Let me tell you about a situation that happened. Karma is real. This I can tell you, I can promise you. Karma is real. There was a situation that I know about where an individual was unhappy in his marriage. I need to hold on one second. And he ended up getting a girlfriend. That's your business. What can I say? That's your business. So anyway, he got a girlfriend and eventually they married. The kicker is this. The ex-wife said to the girlfriend, you know, what he did to me, he's going to turn around and do to you. I'm ready to light my candle here. I love my gardenia. I love the gardenias, period. So this is a gardenia candle. So, it smells amazing. So, anyway, she says to the girlfriend, he's going to do to you exactly what he did to me. And the girlfriend's response was, I'm not worried about that. You see, I'm a woman. I know how to please my man. Okay? Well, he divorced and remarried. Eventually, that person, I'm sure, is still choking on that statement that she made to the wife, the ex-wife. Because you see, he did just that. If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to anybody else. See, a man would tell you anything, especially a married man, that, oh yeah, I'm leaving my wife. You know, if you just hang in there, you know, this is going to happen. I promise you the world, blah, 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 blah. Okay? If that's the case, then why not tell him, look me up when you're a free man. Until then, you're not free. And I would keep it like that. Some women are thirsty. They get a rush out of taking or sleeping with someone's husband, something that doesn't belong to them. Another thing that I look at is, this is not the 60s nor 70s. Those are my eras, the 60s and 70s. See, back then, you may sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry, and I was what you call a hippie, okay? You may sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry, pass the joint around, you do whatever you do. You can go to the health department and get a shot in most cases. Today, that's not the case. Because whatever you contract, you get to keep. And think about it like this. If your man that you're dating is either married or has a girlfriend, he's sleeping with you, which means you're sleeping with her. And if she's cheating, you're sleeping with that person. If you have another man, they're sleeping with him as well. All you guys are sleeping together. So for me, before I'm ready to date anyone, it would be like this. I need you to give your doctor permission to speak to me with you present. And you see, I would do the same thing because I have nothing to hide. Health-wise, I have nothing to hide. You don't know who you are sleeping with. So that's what I would do. You know, I remember back in the day when people would hook up at the club, they met somebody, the person looks good, let me get with them. Woo, only to find out. It happened to this one particular person who contracted herpes. Well, we all know herpes is not curable. Okay? And there's medication that you can take, you know, to prevent outbreaks. But the fact is, you need to be honest with any person that you decide to start a relationship with. You need to be honest with that person to let them know straight up, hey, I have herpes. Let them make the decision whether or not they want to continue a relationship with you or walk away. Once a person decides to walk away from you, let it go. You don't need them. That's an old duffel bag that you didn't need it anyway. Get yourself new suitcases, a new set. But make certain before you even open the door for a new relationship, make certain that that old duffel bag is out of your system. Please don't take old baggage into a new relationship. When you meet that new person, if all you can talk about is everything bad that your ex did to you, he cheated on you, he did this, he did that, baby, you haven't gotten it out your system. The way you start that relationship is, I have a past. And my past is just that, my past. Now, it's different if you have a child or children with that person. Yes, you need to be upfront with that person and let them know, hey, I have a past. In my past, I have a child or children with this person. So this person is going to always be in my life because of our child or our children together. And hopefully, we're only talking about one dad and not multiple. I'm not bashing anyone, but if there are multiple dads, be upfront, be frank with the person and let that person know, regardless, I have a past. Okay? This person or these individuals will always be in my life because we have children together. But if that's not the case, let me tell you, let that duffel bag go. It's not even worth it. Trust and believe. There are so many. The world is huge. It's huge. There are so many more fish. Tropical, to be exact, in the world. So don't just settle here just to say that you have a man. Ladies, get up off your high horse or whatever you're on and stop looking at how a person looks. You want to date this type of man, because you want to remain in your race. Okay, newsflash. There's only one race, and that is the human race. We all look different, and that's okay. Sweetie, you want a good man. One that's going to adore you, treat you like the queen that you are. One that will deliver insane tears of joy and happiness, not sadness. Think about that. Until you do that, you're going to remain in the same boat, picking up scraps here, there. You still won't be happy. You have to change. You have to be open. Open to change. When I was going through my divorce, this April 12th would mark 2 years. And while I'm separated, we had been separated for 4 years. While separated, I find myself in unfamiliar territory. So I had a few friends and family members say to me, hey, are you dating? Have you found someone, that person to replace him? Well, first of all, I'm not trying to replace anyone. That's number one. Number two, I'm not looking for anyone. I'm married. So the response was, so what? You're separated. These individuals have never been married, so they don't get it. No. And until I receive that document that shows that my status is now that of an unmarried woman, I won't do anything. No, I can't say the same for my ex, because he swam the lake. Do what you got to do. Not me. Because when God does deliver that person, he has designed, especially for me and me for that person, I can honestly say, hey, I've been celibate for the last 10 and a half, 11 years, and I won't be lying. I won't be lying. Can you say the same? So let's try and look at life differently. Look in that mirror. Do you like that reflection looking back at you? Take a really good long look and ask yourself, why do I keep making the same mistake over and over and over? The reason why is you haven't changed. The only thing that has changed are the characters. You're going from one man to another. Sweetie, you're wearing your body out. Aren't you tired? I would be. Again, why are you chasing stale bread, a flat soda, or spoiled milk? Don't you want something that's more refreshing? I do. And no matter how many times you get off the merry-go-round and step back on, repeating the same behavior, sweetie, you're only existing. You're not living, you're existing. You don't have to listen to me. Because when I tell you I'm happy with myself, I'm happy. See, I don't need a man to make me happy. What I do want is to have a man that will add value, add more value in my life. When I say add more value, my life is already valuable. Let's not get that confused. But add more beauty. Let me say that. Add more beauty in my life. And together we can plant gardenias all over, all around us. Some people like roses. I love gardenias. I like roses as well, but I love gardenias. Matter of fact, one of my favorite jazz singers, Lady D, she loved wearing a gardenia in her hair when she performed. Perhaps that's why I love them, but they have such a beautiful aroma. Yeah. So why don't you do this? Figure out if you are a weed or a flower. Because a flower needs to be nurtured. A weed, it just spreads and it continues spreading. It holds no value. It really doesn't. And eventually, you have to use a spray to get rid of that weed. In this case, all you have to do is love. Love yourself. That would cancel out all the weeds in your life. Now, I think that's enough for this video. I love you, and I want you to love and respect yourself. Stop revealing all your goods to the world just for attention. Many of you do this, take these pictures or make videos, and then you post it to social media, where you're half naked. Okay, so for a moment, you may go viral. But for a moment, you're famous. But then once that wears down, then what? You got to think of something else. No, I don't have time to do all that. I don't have time to do that. But I am going to focus on growing my channel, inspiring, motivating, and encouraging everyone. No bashing on this channel. So I do ask that you like and share this video. If there are certain topics that you would like for me to introduce, let me know. I do plan to have go live at some point. Right now, I'm just in the creative stage. And I just ask that you like and share my video or videos and just help me grow my channel. Okay? I love you. My famous quote, which I made up, it is live and keep living until your intentions are granted. Keep thriving. Keep loving yourself. Keep living. Continue to trust and wait on Christ. See, right now, I know I'm in that waiting stage. I can't rush him. Well, I could, but rushing is not going to make him move any faster. Okay? All that's going to do is create a lot of unnecessary anxiety for myself. So I look at it, my situation like this. God has me sitting in the parking lot for a reason. Perhaps he is still molding the man he has designed for me. I know he's still working with me. Once the process is completed, he will then match us up. And what I did, and perhaps maybe you'll think about it, I actually wrote something down to myself, but it's to God. And I asked God that this person make this one particular statement. That way I will know that he is the man sent by God. Perhaps you should do the same thing. Ask God to deliver to you a man of his choosing. Now, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that I didn't sit down and have a conversation with God, and I actually described to God the type of man that I would love to be my husband, because I did. At the end of the day, I'm human. He made me. It's still up to him. Only he knows what's best. I know every time I step out and I call myself helping God, I end up getting my hand slapped. Okay? Because it's obvious that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know in this situation what's best for me. So I'm going to sit back and wait. And when he's ready to deliver my husband to me, he will. So anyway, I said, as I mentioned, have that conversation with him. Be very specific about the type of man that you want. Guys, be very specific about the type of woman that you want. Ask him, hey, have this woman or man say this or say that. You have to create it. That way, you'll know that it's authentic. It's from him. Okay? Write it down so you don't forget. That's what I do. Because listen, I will forget. But I actually sent a message to myself. I sent a text to myself, okay? And I think I may have added it to my calendar as well. But anyway, that's my way of remembering. I need to write it down in my journal. At some point, I will. Okay? But until then, love on each other. Stop chasing a dusty duffel bag. You don't need anyone else's problems. You have enough going on in your life right now. Stop the merry-go-round, baby. Look in that mirror and love yourself. I see very good at night, okay? And when I want to cuddle, if my boys are not right up under me, I'm holding on to my pillows. But you are somebody. You're worth so much more. Some men and women will try to wear you down. They will try to break your spirit. Been there, done that. Trust me. I am unbreakable because of who I worship. Love yourself. If you don't love yourself, it's impossible for you to love anyone else. Some of you may have grown up in broken homes, as I mentioned. And you think you're convinced that you're incapable of love. So you try to, what you consider love, a man or a woman who is not worthy of you. That's not love. That's lust. There is a difference. So anyway, enough for now. I'll be back. I love you. And until then, be kind to a stranger. You never know who that stranger may be. It does not hurt you, me, or anyone to acknowledge someone that you don't know and just say, I love you. That homeless person you see that you want to turn your nose up at and you don't want that person to touch you because you may contract some type of a disease, be very careful. Be very careful. God doesn't like ugly. And from what I understand, he's not too keen on cute. Be humble. Be humble. Blessings will chase you down. Okay? I love you. Live and keep living. And watch for the next video. Tonight I'm in that mood where I just want to make videos, and that's what I'm doing. It's taking me this long. All right. Until we meet again.